Alright guys, Bill here back with more Disco Elysium. Continuing on, we just talked to What's-Her-Face, and I feel like we're starting to reach the end game. We'll see.
Looks like we have more to discuss with those so-called... Nothing will make them respect the RCM, but it will disrupt the game. What else could she have done? Lie? She saw there was no way to lie and get away with it.
Like hell you would have, remember?
If not you, then me. It was a smart move from her. You think so?
I should have said manipulative.
She may be trained to control the pace of the investigation.
Yeah. Game. Oh, well, okay, there we go. What the fuck is that? Alright, so we're going to Hardy Boys. Okay. So dumb that we have another loading screen. Wait, no. Wait, yeah, we're just leaving, right? Okay. Shits. Alright, so let's go ahead and do a quick... not quick save.
It's you again. What is it? Fuck. I knew that fucking whore couldn't be trusted.
For the record, Titus Hardy did not explicitly specify the victim as a whore, nor did he say anything about trusting her.
Oh, shut up and stay out of this, Liz. He raped her. He was out of his fucking mind.
She's just in denial, asshole. You don't understand the traumatic experience. She's shutting down. and she doesn't fucking trust you.
Wait, what? Oh, I think I pushed on one.
Yeah, she's crazy, you know. A crazy bitch. You know the type. She's fucked up.
Boy, Derek is like really shipping him and Hannah. Or not Derek, Julie Chen is really shipping Derek X and Hannah, sorry.
She wasn't raped. The witnesses' statements were very clear.
Lawman, I'm at the end of my goddamn rope with you. I fucking told you not to push her. And you went and pushed her. I am gonna fucking...
Hit you. Duck.
Titus Hardy. Everard personally sent me to take care of this. If this goes south, we'll all be in the shit.
When she's angry, she emphasizes the S. It gives her voice a strangely hypnotic quality. Her lips barely move as she...
Look, Copper. We know that fuck was a rapist and a killer. We got him confessing to... Show it to him, T. What's that?
Here, jerkwad. Listen to this shit. And then come back and tell me these soldier of the apocalypse.
This is their last play, this tape. Their story is in tatters, a mess. It might be nice to listen to, but at this point, you don't need to.
You don't care about Eb.
Pigs, T. They don't care about getting the truth. They get...
I won't be on your bulletin board.
There's a lot of question.
What's on?
Now that is intrigue. Door gun is a gun.
You think we go into this shit deaf and dumb? You RCM are.
Actually, there are a few. Crypto analyst, radio officer.
Yeah, like you.
Understood?
Things got nice and cool. It's not advanced.
Don't put your...
Yeah, man. You're like a
I'm sure we can find a tape player.
Where can I listen to?
Yeah, play it with your ass, cocksucker.
I'm sure we can find a tape player.
Your room had one. Or maybe it's too broken.
Don't forget your... You do that. Oh, and keep it. Maybe...
Okay.
You do that.
Alright, so that's that. I think now we'll go to the other guy. The balcony thing.
You stare at.
Do I not have a tape player? I thought I did. Damage ledger. Huh. Either one. Alright, so let's go to the guy. I guess we can listen to podcasts again. Because nothing's going to be happening for a little bit.
Is enough to ask. Yeah, from a viewer perspective, even if it's not about doing right by the contestants, because we look at this final 7, can Flick win? I think in terms of the game, yes, definitely. I mean, anyone can win at a final 7 with a possible final 2 in Australian Survivor from a game perspective, but like, we've seen like final 2 results that are crazy, so like anyone has a chance, but like from the edit, can Flick win? Can Kara win from the edit? Andrew, Wei, that's 4 of the final 7. Are we counting those people in as possibilities?
Definitely Kara could be a runner-up, couldn't she?
I mean, I think that's where it's going. Possibly from a game perspective, Kara's not in a great position, but like all the other people, Andrew, like we haven't seen a lot from him. Wei gets a lot of credit at Jury Villa. Emmett says that Wei inspires him. Laura thought that Wei was one who played the idol. She's like a silent assassin. Like, obviously she was wrong about it, but like, she thinks that's the way that we see that she's seen. Like, she should be a contender.
Like, she's obviously seen as a strategic threat.
Oh, we
I
need to talk to
agree.
Kuno
I
at some
mean,
point
but
too. I forgot about
like
that.
she has, I think, 12 confessionals. Like we can't possibly consider her as even a possible remote winner contender. Surely going forward. I hope I'm not like spoiling anyone on this. Like surely 12 confessionals and 18 episodes is like ways done. But why? Like she, from a game perspective, I don't think that she is.
Yeah, it'd be great to know why. I think, you know, on the edit that, like, even if we aren't getting Andrew's game perspective all the time, because now I know that he calls the voting, you know, and the voting thingy or whatever he said. Like, give us the character moments from Andrew then. When they've had a reward and they're like, wow, that was a reward. Like, let's hear it from Andrew, not from George. And then George can explain the split vote.
Yeah, exactly, because we can't go to Andrew for that. I do feel bad that we're like ending on this editing note because we were really high on the week and then we came back to like, what are you doing at it? Which is not my intention.
No, and I don't want to let go either of the fact that I'm really just enjoying watching this. It's a really nice part of my week. It's a lot of my week. Like, there's a lot of it. But I really am enjoying it. I think it's a great product. I think that if you remember, like, when 2016 Australian Survivor came out, we were like, what is this amazing show? Even though there were a lot of flaws, like, let's get back to that appreciation of that it is an incredible product. There's some really great characters who are people, I know, sorry, not characters, but like, there's a lot to love about this season.
Yeah, no, I love this week. I mean, I'm just a little bit like looking ahead to the 7 and being like 3 of you contenders now that Emmett is gone. Hopefully not. I mean, imagine if Wade, like the thing about Australian Survivor editing as well is that you can get 10 or more confessionals in an episode. Wade could double her confessional count next episode, and let's all cross our fingers for that. We're gonna get like, kind of like maybe like when they flash back in a movie and we get a character's perspective, maybe we'll get like what Wade's been thinking from like day one and through the whole season. We'll do like a Wade specific episode.
That could be really enjoyable, actually.
Quick save.
Because semi, you know, sepia toned, here's where Wade's been while you weren't watching.
Yeah, no, I think that, I mean, they have so many episodes, maybe it's like, alright, well, I just saved George, you're probably wondering how I wound up here, like, record scratch, freeze frame, we go back to episode 1, we see Wade's entire journey from only her eyes.
Now then, can I tell you how much I would enjoy watching that? If they, you know how US Survivor used to have, like, the recap episode, which is always really annoying?
Yes.
Its
I feel
distant
like I really
streets
enjoy it
and
if they were just like
motorways are
thinking
flashing
that, like,
like
here's the
diamonds.
story from Wade's point of view, and you get how sick she saw the whole thing. And here's the story from Andrew's point of view, and he's like,
Are you here to make things right
some people
again?
weren't voting for the same people that voted.
Beautiful.
And then I learned what a split vote is, it is day 35.
Like, the equivalent of the show.
Let's pause that.
I have some good news for you. My Sunday friend is visiting me tonight. I told him about you and he'd like to say hello. Step in. He's already waiting. Mm-hmm. That's why I chose this place. Martinez is special, isn't it?
Wait. Suddenly you're digging things?
Trust me, you do. That's nice, but I don't have anything to tell you. It's my friend you're looking for.
He takes another drag off his unfiltered cigarette. Downstairs, a cat crosses.
Besides, I've got to run.
Something tells you you're never going to talk to an individual this cool or mature.
To the city. It's a beautiful night.
Something flutters in the corner of the lieutenant's mouth as you're saying those words.
We'll talk. Just not take care, alright?
Okay.
And he's gone again. Looks
Interesting.
like it's becoming a theme for him.
Who knows, detective? It's different, of course. His shirt. His shirt.
He's trying to dive deep into the mysteries.
His shirt. No, I don't know why his shirt is.
He's really holding his head. All of them keep from bursting out in laughter.
Come on, detective, let's go. We've got a potential witness to interview.
Alright, so quick save again. So what time is it? It's 1:40. Okay. say I think we'll probably do one more episode after this one. And then we'll call it a day. We can maybe record some tonight, maybe not, depending on how long I end up writing my script and how much progress I make in it. Oh, last episode uploaded. Okay.
More disco Elysium. I thought
Okay, fine. No. Let's do that. I want to save him for last. Nothing. So, first let's that's what we got here. Some new clothes. Yeah, I think that's worth switching. Logic and suggestion. Encyclopedia. Let's see that too. Why not? Alright, let's go.
You have acquired the house. Keep it, officer. It looks good on you.
Who's this guy?
His hands are clean and well manicured. This is a man who knows the importance of appearances.
My name is Charles Villeroy, and I am an official with the coalition government. I work for the Institute of Price Stability on assignment from Sur-la-Quai. I heard you talking to my friend outside. Very good. Super. I am here to assist you in any way possible. Ask me about the hanging.
Hanging? What's a job? He seems like a cultured gentleman.
Oh yes. My friend has a great eye for it. He refuses to tell me where it came from. It's a mystery. I believe they call this type of frame industrial. It's very. That's really all I can tell you about it.
The lieutenant takes out his notebook and nods to you to proceed.
I'm sorry to say I did, officer.
Easy, detective. No need to jump to conclusions.
Because I did it?
He's clearly not a man accustomed to being spoken to in that manner, let alone to being accused of murder.
Officer, it's very difficult to describe what I saw that night. It was so surreal to me, like in a play.
He holds out his hands and blossoms his fingers, like a drama teacher setting the scene.
What do you mean, like in a play?
It was just so strange. I could barely comprehend what was happening. I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. I remember that first they came in, carrying what looked like a body. And then I saw all the surrounding windows go dead, one by one. That's when I understood. I should not be seeing this.
Sounds like the victim was unconscious, or at least incapacitated. Interesting.
I couldn't see their faces well, and there were quite a few of them. But they were very nice, very Martinez. Let's just say that the laboring classes can get rather expressive with their profanity. I couldn't see their faces well, and there were quite a few of them. But they were very loud and very Martinez. Let's just say that the laboring classes can get rather expressive with their profanity. I couldn't tell you exactly. Less than 10. Maybe 8.
The lieutenant sends you a sharp look at the mention of that number.
That's a giant you're describing. No, they were all quite human, as far as I could tell. I went back inside.
Were you able to see anything from inside?
Officer, the yard was pitch black. There was nothing to see, but I could still hear their voices. They were threatening to kill that poor man. All men, I presume. But again, I couldn't see them clearly.
But we are fairly certain the lady driver was present.
It's possible, officer, but I cannot say for certain. It was very dark, you must remember. I believe they were mostly white, though I believe I saw 2 Areopagites among them. And I am quite certain that one spoke with a Mesk accent.
Okay.
Well, that's the strangest part, officer. Nothing happened. It was oddly quiet for a public lynching. Eventually, their shouts died down, and that was all. There were no gunshots, no celebratory shouts, no anything. You're right, of course. That is what one is supposed to do in such circumstances. I was simply in shock. I'm afraid I don't have anything else to say.
About what time was all this happening, approximately?
All I can say is that it was late. No, I didn't see the corpse until the following day.
It seems this wasn't the break you were hoping for. I think we have everything we need. Thank you for talking to us.
Of course. Anything I can do to assist the RCA. The Coalition is only looking out for the price stability. Inflation is a killer, like a heart disease blocking the normal circulation of the economy. It must be controlled. The economy impacts the entire international community, which is why it requires international oversight. Well, I'm renovating it. It is an interesting project. The building used to be a 12-story skyscraper before the cannons took the top 4 stories off. This, of course, happened when the Coalition forces landed here. You could say I'm undoing some of the material damage the international community caused when we arrived here. Yes, as I said before, I am a commissioner from Sur-la-Clé working for the Institute of Price Stability. This is one of the main projects of the Moral Inter.
Wait, there isn't actually an Institute of Price Stability, is there?
La communauté internationale is what it is the most important thing. It's the central goal of any sound monetary policy. Maintaining the price stability is essential to maintaining high levels of economic activity. which is essential for maintaining high levels of employment. Which is essential for maintaining the social stability.
Basically, it makes sure the price of bread doesn't change.
Précisément. Too much inflation, bread becomes too expensive. Too much deflation, it becomes too cheap for bakers to produce. That's why the Institute of Price Stability works to keep inflation just below 2%. But not too far below. No. Too below is also bad. Below, but close to 2%. The coalition believes in the importance of informing the public about the benefits of the price stability. Transparency is one of our a sound. But oh, I don't have my leaflets on me today. It's the
Doing one's job just...
But of course. Because moralists believe in a norm.
You've managed...
I'm
a very moralist answer. The Ox... Martina...
I
Rivash...
don't
But
actually
they are
know.
working towards it. You're all doing that.
Of course.
Your foot... Now, enough of this delightful political... What's there to say? Moreover...
Darling,
Because a great percentage of Rivash...
Jamrock and other parts of the international...
Oranje is an exemplary nation. As founding... Oranje...
But that didn't tell you anything.
That's one way to put it, yes. Whatever you wish. Ah, my friend. My friend is a good young man. Kedra is a candidate that it's never going to... EPIS...
God,
It was such a wild... Why? It's been such a... You mean Revash? It's one day going to be a...
accept that.
No, but we were talking about... How did any of us become friends? Au contraire. Sorry. But I told you, officer. Officer, you have to understand. He's deep.
As though you weren't.
He's a truly free spirit. I'm just an... Listen. No, this place, but the me, my...
A busy bee.
Whatever.
I'm all... And do you have everything you need from me? It's against diplomatic best practices for an official in my position to be discussing murders with...
That's not the real reason he's so apprehensive. Men in his position shouldn't be seen loitering around in underprivileged young men's apartments.
Sure, go ahead. It's a beautiful space.
Okay. Oh wow, we're down to only that. And that's all side stuff. Interesting. For 28 minutes. Anytime now. Alright, you know what? Let's listen to the podcast again.
I would really enjoy watching that.
Yes, and that's what you never know if it was coming, so everyone would be a winning contender. Yeah, and it's just like sleepy atonement, of course, and it's like 100%. You flash back, it like zooms into her eye, and then it zooms out, and she's like there on the first day on the mat. And we're like, all right, how do we get
her? A little bit like the pensieve thingy, you know, Dumbledore's little thingy that he pulls the memories out of, and like you dive in, and suddenly you're in his memories.
Literally exactly what I was picturing. I'm so glad that you got it. Like, I think that would be amazing. We have so many episodes. Spencer, that's what your non-limbs are. We get a whole episode of the invisible characters.
Quick call the producers.
Yeah, and then it just ends up, and she's like, and that's my story. End episode. 70 minutes.
They land back in the dust. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Oh my god, I definitely think, I hope someone important is listening to this to do our like flashback pensive episode. Amazing. Alright, well, looking forward before we get to the chizzy, you think obviously the four won't stay together, I can see that. what do you think's happening next?
So we've got, what, Danny and Flick, who knows what Andrew's doing, George and Kara, Hayley and Way. Is Andrew really mad again at Hayley?
It is actually, there's a secret scene on 10 Play where we can already see that that's true.
Oh yeah, I really believe that because I thought it was quite funny. Andrew this episode was like, this could be the end of Brains. Did they like forget what happened? They just voted Hayley out. Brains has been over for a while, Andrew. Anyway, so I think Andrew's mad. Andrew's sticking with Danny and Flick. That's the three. Can he pull Way back over, or is he mad at Way as well? Kara's got her immunity idol.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big one that they don't play the immunity idol. Like, I thought she might have self-sacrificed again here, and she didn't on the split.
Great, loved that they didn't play that.
Yes, so good.
And it's going to be so important in this next round, I think, because there's a lot of really tenuous numbers. I feel like, could Andrew be the target here because he's going to be really mad, and I think Hayley's going to see that he's mad and be like, we're going to get rid of him quickly. Hopefully doesn't leave him stewing too much in Druvilla, though.
Yeah.
God, I just feel like it's a mess. Who's going? I have no idea.
Well, Andrew's an interesting one because I think when you voted for George here in the template extended votes, he was like, no hard feelings. But then in the next scene, he seems like really mad, I think particularly at Hayley in a way that they betrayed him. So there could be some like bit of jury stuff going on with him. Like, I do think this four, in my mind, stay together for at least a vote. Like, to take
Wait, so is Kuno still out here? If he is, we'll talk to him. If he isn't, then I think we'll call it a day.
Such a huge jury threat, like, it matters. I could see that.
I should probably call it a day in terms of the episode. Well, actually, no, we'll do one more episode.
Danny and whoever else is left.
Danny weasel her way in with Hayley and Way in place of George and Kara if the numbers get there.
I could see it. I think that they might be fighting over her vote. I think it might become important.
Me too. I think Andrew
Oh, she gone?
by being too mad
She's
and
gone.
to work with everyone. I reckon Andrew's in trouble.
Yeah, literally at the well.
Kuno's here. Let's just do in this episode just to wrap up day 3 here.
I'll have to watch that. But that's
No, even in the episode before, after the car opened, yeah, like, also coming back from camp, he was also openly very angry, so there's a running theme.
I didn't like that. That felt nasty to me. Anyway, yeah, I think Andrew's in trouble. I don't think Kara needs to play her idol in this next round if there's enough, like, Andrew tension. Because why would she be targeted here or George? Unless they just turn back around on George again. That seems unlikely.
It doesn't seem like the fact that Andrew's so mad at Way and Hayley, like, I think George and Kara are actually kind of set up in the numbers and that I don't know that there's enough people to come against them.
Yeah, and really the only way to turn this back against George and Kara again and make them at least flash that idol would be for Andrew to swallow the anger and work with Hayley and Way.
I mean, possibly Flick and Danny team up as a 2 with Hayley and Way and then just leave Andrew out, but I do think this 4, I mean, also in this the secret scene of after the tribal council, like, George and Hayley are talking about, like, let this be the 4, which is laughable because I don't think it's going down to the 4, but it might last for 1 vote.
I reckon it lasts for 1 vote, and then I think George gets that in his hands.
I mean, something we need to talk about is that there's at least 1 more non-limb because Chelsea got medevaced. And, I mean, there's been a lot of talk of, like, will this be a final 3? George mentions final 3. They're kind of mentioning final 3. I don't know how much the players know. I think I'm just hoping against all hope that it's a final 2, because that would mean, if it's a final 3, there are 2 more non-limbs.
I feel we are, if anything. But what do I...
Use your powers of the...
I'll let you...
And there's not enough jurors for a jury vote, is there?
Wait, so it's...
So if it's a final 3, that would be 3 and 8 jurors, so take it down to the 7 like in China, but...
It's just a small jury.
It's a small jury. I mean, Chelsea did get medevac, so that might have affected things, but... I mean, I hope it's a final 2. I enjoy the final 2. I enjoy that we get that in AU, and also... They don't have enough players to have final 3s. And when people are getting medevaced as well, like, I know they probably wanted to with All-Stars, and then when Lee left, that threw a spanner in the works, and I hope that Chelsea leaving also affected it here, and they weren't just like, oh, we'll just do another non-limb, because if there's 6 episodes left and 2 more non-limbs...
It's the 7, right, where they always do a non-limb?
Yeah, that would be the next episode. Like, what if next week is just 2 non-limbs? Like, you know, the XL week we spoke about last time. What if... Oh my god, that was also a plurality vote. Yes, what is going on? Like... There's something happening. But I think, like, hopefully next week is not just, like, a whole week of, like, XL week and one person goes at the end. But maybe they'll do that.
Exile Week was a thing. We got the whole Zack thing was kind of fun.
It was a thing because All Stars was already such a grind that at least it was interesting, whereas like this doesn't need a big thing.
You suck.
There's a tug of
Yeah,
war.
you know, like you get
The girl
Zack
forces
self-sacrifice.
herself to
That was fun.
again.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want 2 more non-limbs, I would say.
My thoughts on the non-limb and the whole like voting for somebody who's been voted out. I think if they made it instead of a like fake elimination, just tell the players what's going to happen. Say that they're being voted to some sort of like gladiators challenge where the loser is eliminated rather than the winner coming back into the game. Totally changes the thing. It's like, I know it's just semantics, but it takes away the whole like, did that person just become unwinnable by being voted out? And it changes the dynamics in terms of who you send to this like gladiators challenge where the loser gets eliminated. It makes it way more likely you get the whole Aussie thing of someone wanting to go and like put it on their resume that they fought to eliminate someone. Like, it's the exact same mechanic. They can do it the same way, but just tell the players and don't actually vote out the people.
Yeah, I mean, that was a lot of what they did with Exile, and that's what made Exile fairly good as a non-limb structure. I mean, they told them pass and then kept adding to it, so I would say take that out. And there was a sense of like gladiator and like Zack did send himself, and there was like an interesting like mentality going into it. But I just think like doing that in week 7 to go into finale week for that would be a little painful. Like it would kind of take the wind out of the sails for what has been like such a high octane season, like where it kind of added to the fire of All Stars, which was like more mellow and way more stable. I feel like this would just like start dragging out what it's been like. As we're saying, we had 3 episodes here that were like so different from each other. It was like 3 weeks in 1 week, and I think to do that will just kind of just suck the life out of it to a degree. So whatever they're doing, I hope it's 1 and I hope it's small. Whatever.
Yeah, no matter what, it's pumping the brakes because that's what they're literally doing. Like, we've got so much momentum here. You want to see who's going. You want them to go to jury villa. You want it to have that sort of momentum anymore. And by making it a non-limb, it is pumping the brakes. It cannot be a positive right now. Other than, yeah, I mean, we said before, like the jury vote out is probably one of the more acceptable uses of an episode, but even that is low. Like,
I mean, I take it on a 50-minute Monday night for sure. I just don't think they're doing that with the jury numbers that we have, because if it's going to be a final 2, then we're going down to 8 jurors with a final 2.
Maybe they think that fewer jurors is easier to follow though, because, you know, Australians lie, but they don't give us much credit. And they often don't let us see everybody speak. Maybe hey, who needs that many jurors?
Yeah, well, my question is, did
So they're gone.
Because that really changed. Like, well, then why would they go from like a 9 to an 8? But maybe they would try to go from
Wait,
a 10
where's
to a
the
9.
crypto
like,
people?
How, you know,
Or is it just too late at this point?
Chelsea being manufactured from a
Okay,
jury
well.
and the game does throw a spanner in the works for non-limbs and what they're doing. So I think what we can do is just pray that it goes okay. Pray that we come in next week as high on that week as we are on this week, and not how we felt last week. And because I think it's definitely coming next week, not in finale week. If there's 1, if there's 2, you could see a juror removal in the final week. So, guys,
for having it on this week, Shannon, because I feel like I've had you wedged between some trouble here.
I am concerned. I am actually like, again, like I love this week. Why does this keep happening? I'm like, great week. Let's end talking about how bad the edit is. Great week. Let's talk about how I'm deathly concerned and we need to start a prayer circle and what on earth are they going to do next week? It's so concerned.
We're just riding the wave.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I say, ride the wave. It's a huge high. Well, we're about to crash, guys. Just brace yourself. We're all in it together.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we want to get to the chibi, but before we did, I wanted to touch on the stuff with Fling.
All right.
Because
Well,
there's nothing really to say about it other than it's heartbreaking. I've spoken to Flick a bit in the last couple of days, and what she's gone through, like, she is just incredible. She started a GoFundMe, which I think is
can I save?
People could.
Why can't I save?
Donate or at least share it around to try and get
Oh, fuck off
some
with
money and
that.
awareness for this amazing cause to fight against dementia and what she's been through. Like, it's very personal.
Oh, can I talk to what's her face
My grandma
now?
has dementia, and I can't imagine a parent so young, early onset dementia. It just was, beyond
Is she here
in every
though?
way, and our thoughts are with her.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Our thoughts are with her and her family. What a tragedy to live so publicly. And I mean, I have so much admiration for the way that she's carried herself through that, and I think that I don't know about you, I was in tears watching her run down and thinking, and I think that it's beautiful what she said about, that her mum would want her to be there and that her family is supporting her. I think that's a family who have rallied together incredibly, and I hope that she can keep raising awareness for frontotemporal dementia is a big part of my job. Actually, I work with dementia.
Anytime now.
I'm specialising in geriatrics, so dementia is my bread and butter. And I see
Is she not here?
this every day, and it requires strength that just can't even be described. I think that it's on a different level to
this is kind of annoying at this point.
and Survivor and these big things, this day-to-day heroism and courage, and I really hope that she's okay and her family's okay and that they have each other and that they are getting something out of bringing light to the struggles that people go through, and there is a lot of work that can be done to improve the support for people in that situation. So I think that she's been really, really admirable, and our thoughts definitely with her.
Yeah, I mean, you can donate at the link in her bio, but I would agree, like, watching my grandma go through that, the feeling of what she described, and that's what got me, because she was so on the nose of describing it and how she's, like, said goodbye before, and, like, that feeling of mourning someone while they're alive is not a feeling I would wish on any person, and that, for me, has been one of the hardest things I've ever experienced with my grandma, and for her to be her mother, for her to do it on Survivor, to have this, like, she said goodbye, but, like, the loss is still there. It's incremental mourning, and she's been grieving it and mourning it since day one in the game and for the last 6 years, but then she's still lost her mom in that way. Like, there's still extreme pain in that passing, and for her to do that, as you said, publicly on Survivor, to do it at all. And like, these people, like, to go through that, like, it's so hard. I don't even understand where she summons that strength from. Like,
where is she?
It's unbelievable to me, and I just hope that we can do something, and I think some things are getting auctioned off. I think George is auctioning off his, like, dirty shirt. I think Gerald's doing something. Like, there's stuff happening, and I will say that to me heartened me. Like, when I first watched it, I was so upset. So upset. It was a really big trigger for me, and anyway, for my personal stuff, it was really hard, and just to watch her go through that. But, like, the one thing that has just buoyed me to a degree in the last couple of days is
Holy shit, the fucking Halo controller's $250.
I haven't seen people being annoying about her staying
that's a lot.
in that decision, which is absolutely hers and her family. I've just seen people rally and donate and auction things off and share it and send love, and I was
So like 4 times the normal price of a controller.
community, like, that really hardened me. So that's, like, the little bit of positivity I take, and obviously what Flick's doing herself to spread awareness and earn some money, and hopefully we can do, like, even more of that.
I mean, I'd love to help as well. If there's things I can donate, I'll
No, fuck off, game.
I know, I want to donate. Like, I'm like, I don't have any. Like, I'm not employed. Well, what should I auction off? I have nothing to. My Chizzy points. People want to buy my Chizzy points. Final episode.
Oh, wow, I've heard you absolutely rail on Mike Bloom for giving away Shizzy points, so I think that's a measure of how important this is.
For the cause, I might do it. I mean, I don't even know how to, like, set that up, but, like, I don't have anything else to auction off.
I understand, and I know what you're saying about your grandma, and I'm sure that this has hit a really sensitive point for a lot of people. It's a really, really common and really heartbreaking thing that is not often talked about, and I hope that you and other people who are affected are reaching out and talking to their families and their supports right now. It's never been harder than it is during COVID, and we can talk about all the ways that that's been incredibly heartbreaking for people who live in care, especially, that reach out and take care of the people around you, because it's a really hard time.
Yeah, I mean, for me and my family, again, I mean, like, I knew, like, I watched it, my parents watched it a little later in the night, like, I knew it'd be really hard for my dad. And I definitely spoke to my cousin, I spoke to my brother, I spoke to my parents. In our family group, my aunt, we all watch it, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, and, like...
Is that her down there?
It's a hard one, it's a trigger as well, and I think for me, like, I don't engage with media around that disease. It's, like, way too hard for me, I can't do it. And, well, obviously the Notebook is its own thing, but... Like, I cover the show for work, And it was just a lot to come in when I wasn't expecting it, obviously. Like, sorry to make this so much about my personal experience, but yeah, like, it was hard to pivot from that to being, like, mad about a bad twist, you know, and I had to, like, I rewatched the episodes anyway, but I really had to go back and, like, really spend time with that episode because it was a little bit drained from me, just because it was so hard to watch.
Yeah, and it really, I did sort of hit out of nowhere, didn't it? And yeah, it's a gear change to land yourself so much in such
This is wasting so much time. I didn't plan on this taking this much
that
time.
is just real life, isn't it? And it's hard to swap gears.
This might be it for tonight. For today. Tonight. At this point, if it's taking us this long.
To talk about it because obviously it happened and it was a big thing, but I really do want to thank the community that everyone was great. It was so beautiful to see it, like just the tributes and the love that she's got, and the fact that I think she's like about 14k through a 20k GoFundMe at the moment. Like, we're doing great things, and like that's the best part of this. Like, that's the best part of what Survivor can bring is like the community and the awareness and the platform to important things.
Oh fuck it, don't care enough.
Game with bad twist 10 minutes later, like that's what we bring here.
Maybe we'll do it. We'll still do another episode.
We get to that 20k, and I feel like amazing job, Flick. I'm like so proud of her. I think she's an amazing woman, and the conversations I've had with her about it in the last couple of days, like she is so amazing, so strong. I truly believe, like, just a great human. She's doing great things. All I can say is go donate, and then I will awkwardly pivot to the chizzy.
Well, as another segue, Flick was actually my winner's pick in my little stakes with Jericho.
She was my winner pick too. That's what I said to her. I'm like, you are amazing and strong, and I'm so glad you're my winner pick.
Yeah, she's just so gutsy.
Yes.
Like, even...
Seeing that, Sif51 has said that No Heroes 3 is going to be the last game of the series. That's interesting.
She has been an incredibly strong and always, like, friendly and resilient player.
Yeah, and I want to believe that, edit aside, she has a shot, because next episode, we're going into her memories, and we're finding out everything she ever thought from about week 2. She was big in week 1. And we're going to find out this whole season from her, and then she's going to win. And you know what? I want to believe that that could be true.
Amazing.
Okay. Well, we're going to get to the chili. We're going to pivot. We're going to think about things that aren't important for a second, which is the chizzy. So take it away, Jacob Seger-Weinstein and MC Color.
1, 2, 3. Ox can help make your home smarter. To check on it with your Home Life HD cameras on the
On and on about how, like, it's really simple math to split the vote, and then I'm like, okay, so, like, this person has, like, these small figures. It's a lot harder in South Africa. There are a lot more points going around with that many episodes, and 2 guests, and 3 people giving chizzy points. It's a lot.
Yeah, and if someone's saying numbers while you're trying to add up other numbers, I find that really difficult.
It's really hard. So maybe these people are right, and maybe I should stop criticizing the math before I
get way on the line.
Yeah, the chart's wrong, but I will give 3 points to George. I can't believe that, like, it was big, it was risky, it was spectacular in parts.
Yeah. Alright, let's end here.
He, like, rallied from every flaw, as I've said. He is a hamster on the wheel. The double agent idol play, 2 plurality votes that he is hugely part of.
Oh, why did I do that? That was my mistake. We'll end here. Next episode, continue on. We'll do one more episode today. Yeah, for now, thank you for watching.